Alright guys, TacticalRab back again today. Hope you're all doing well and enjoying your day so far. Welcome back to VALORANT News. Some further Rostermania updates to bring you guys today, but also the conclusion of the FaZe SMIG tournament last night with a rather surprising team coming out on top, with Tarik's team getting the job done in emphatic fashion. Very much enjoyed your thoughts in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you enjoy. Subscribe if you're new as always. I'd greatly appreciate it. It really helps out the channel. Thanks very much indeed for doing that one. Plenty to dive into today. First of all, quick update as Ye points out here on the VALORANT Masters channel. I believe this was the case for the VCT Masters and for potentially the Riot Games channel as well. Basically got hacked, taken over by, you know, some sort of fake crypto scam. You guys know how it is nowadays. So yeah, I believe this is now fixed, but just rest assured, if you guys see stuff like this, it's fake. Don't get involved in it. And yeah, hopefully this channel or anything else doesn't get affected, but that was a pretty big deal for Riot, really. I think it's now sorted. The channels seem to have gone back to normal now, but yeah, still not exactly ideal, especially with everything else that's going on at the present time. Quick note on FPX here. After years of thrilling and splendid adventure, they say, today we bid farewell to our glorious VALORANT squad. Angel, Artist, Shao, Sagetsu, zyppan, and Doom Bros. Thanks for everything that they brought to FPX. So they're officially gone. Really kind of sad in a way, the way this has worked out. The fact that these FPX guys didn't get into the franchise league. They were such an exciting squad to watch at the end of last season, but they will be going their separate ways. And seeing this announcement probably implies that we might get the next announcement as to these players' future relatively soon indeed. We believe this entire team, with the exception of Artist, is going to go to Na'Vi, which we probably expect to be announced relatively soon indeed. Artist, we think it's going to go to NRG, but usually when a team confirms that their players have been released, then it's only a matter of time until the next announcement comes through, because it seems like they've reached the buyout arrangements, whatever they wanted to do from a buyout perspective, and now I suppose the contracts are probably getting signed and the deals will be done and confirmed in short order. Let's talk then about the tier 2 scene, because things are developing rapidly, especially in the North American side. This is Flynn's latest spreadsheet right here, and as you guys can see on screen, we've got a couple of confirmations already from Nismo, John QT, of these guys that they signed a contract somewhere. Sonics have actually confirmed this full roster now, or whatever roster they're doing, but already we have plenty new organizations added to this list. So, you know, this is kind of a question mark situation. We don't know what's going on with G2. FaZe is unclear. We do think we know what's going on with this Stewie 2K and Zombs team we'll see here in a second. We've also got some other teams as well, you know, plenty of different names getting thrown into the ring. So tier 2 is going to be stacked, and I'm also looking forward to seeing where dapr and ShahZaM and those guys potentially end up, because they've also got to consider their options here. But this is one of the key teams that we saw just a couple of days ago now, and well, as is actually stated here, we were kind of wondering, what was the situation? We saw these 6 names: Stewie 2K, Brax, Zombs, Tex, Raucus, and Danny. We thought, okay, maybe Danny just subbing in for, well, one player in that particular series, and Raucus was going to be coaching the team as he was for Sentinels. But before he coached the team, of course, he was a player for FaZe, and he was discussing when he did kind of go away from Sentinels whether he would be a coach somewhere, whether he'd come back as a player somewhere, and apparently that's what's happening here. Latest rumor has it that Raucus is going to be the IGL of this team. We weren't missing a 5th player as we saw the other day, and it'll be Raucus IGL, Stewie 2K, Brax, Zombs, and Tex, with Danny as the coach. Really interesting team, right? I mean, these guys kind of have it all going on. They've got the Zombs factor. The Stewie 2K and Brax thing is really interesting as well, from kind of like the old school CSGO streamer perspective. Interesting to see what Brax is capable of as well. And then Raucus, I guess, will be like kind of initiator IGL type role, and chuck Tex on the chamber. Pretty damn good team. This will have to be one of the more competitive teams down there in challenges, and it's an interesting kind of route they've taken, because I wonder if they've just kind of formed this team and said, you know what, an organization will come and pick us up, which is probably true. But you know, some of the other players might be thinking, all right, like, let me talk to orgs first and then see what they're planning to do, because G2, like, will G2 pick this team up? They might do, but they might have their own plans. They might want dapr, they might want XYZ player, right? I don't know what they're planning to do there. So, you know, they might say, you know what, let's get Steel, I don't know, as our IGL and build around him. So some organizations might not want to pick up a team that's kind of ready to go like this, because, you know, G2 have apparently got Imi, their head coach as well, so they're probably not going to want to bring Danny in. So it's an interesting one if you do form a team like this, because you're kind of hoping that an organization gives you a spot and picks you up, which I'm sure they probably will, but at the same time it means that kind of organizations like G2 probably aren't going to get these guys and are going to look elsewhere to round out their rosters. So that's the update there. Let's talk then about the FaZe SMIG tourney that went down last night. Some crazy stuff. This was the team that won. Bang, Xander, Net, Tarik, and Jorgema. So all across the park here, right? Xander, we saw he signed recently, former version 1, 100 Thieves, Bang, Net from the Guard, Jorgemo from Evil Geniuses, and then none other than Mr. Tarik himself who put this squad together and wins the tourney. As Derek says, I thought it was kind of funny here. Team Tarik pushed us to the limit as a team. Not sure what my future will be with Team Brax, but I enjoyed my time with them. I'll come back stronger next season. Brax, Stella, Leave, A-Rin, and Derek, of course, rounding out this particular roster. Even this from Net. My greatest achievement in Valorant will always be being the McChicken MVP. Not even winning champions can beat this. So congratulations to Net for that McChicken MVP award. And yeah, as Tarik says, the kid still got something. $50,000 Smeek event winners for FaZe. Really cool stuff. And yeah, great team that Tarik put together. Still got the ability, of course. And we'll look at some of the results here in just a second. This was the bracket as it went down. So Team Tarik, of course, they dominated the bracket. They won this overtime against Team Brax here to take it all the way through 13-11, 14-12, 13-4 against Arijonas's team. They made it to the grand final and took down Team Brax 2-0. These were the final results here. So yeah, Team Tarik versus Team Brax. Just a great tournament to watch, really, with all these guys kind of teaming up with each other. 13-10 on Icebox and then 13-5 on Binds for the victory. Jorgemo went off as well, the final map of this series as well. And these were the overall numbers, right? Jorgemo, Xander, Net did his thing, but Tarik, man, I mean, this guy is just a streamer, 31 and 29. Okay, yes, it was on the chamber, but still pretty cool to see him deliver the goods against what is an all-pro, top-level team. A-Rin, of course, he's gone to Global Esports, the Indian organization, Leaf on Cloud9, Derek and Stella both on 100 Thieves, Brax, of course, we know he's going to be in that Stewie 2K team. So yeah, I wanted to show a couple of minutes of clips here from the way this concluded. Tarik rather excited about this victory, and also a nice clutch from Jorgemo on the binds.
Can you walk your double peek?
Yeah.
I'm up here now. 3, 2.
50 on that guy. Nice, they're off.
2, 1. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Nice, guys! Let's go, man!
Let's go.
Play.
I stuck on the right, stuck on the right.
One enemy.
Nice,
I'm ready for sight. Wait.
Close. Right?
Yeah!
Hold on. Like this.
You both peek Kevin.
One enemy.
Nice, last guy.
Nice. Good job, guys. Shed.
Go spawn. Go walk spawn.
Nice.
Something dead.
Out
I'm ready for sight.
Mid sight.
CT.
One enemy remaining.
CT.
Name bomb. You put it.
YOLO, bitch!
One dead.
2v1.
Can you get right side? I can pick up.
Yeah. Perfect. You guys are perfect.
I'll call the swings, Ender, okay?
Yeah.
Swing! Nice!
Close.
Hopping close.
YOLO, bitch! Done. Dead. Let's fight for you, Hall here.
I'm planning and playing safe.
I can't.
Backtrap dead.
Triple dead. Out TP.
Backtrap in heaven. I'm 1 HP, Sean. Play ult.
I'm playing Molly. Yeah, I'm playing Molly.
It hit it.
One enemy remaining.
Nice, man. 1v1.
GG.
Is it?
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
Build up, we get long B for free.
I'm not throwing my prowlers.
I got it. Nice.
Hookah.
Face your
He
fear.
ulted out of hookah.
I'll think now.
Here. Close.
Standing.
Close, Fox.
Nice.
Great. I'm only good for
like that?
4 kills.
Let's go, baby.
Damn. Smoke hookah if you can.
It shouldn't be
Smoke
hookah.
hookah,
All
smoke
squad-
hookah.
One hookah too long. Hookah too long, boys.
I'm ulting.
Outside already. He's out.
Get the out of here with that cabbage, bro. This thing's broken.
Hookah last.
End it!
Look hookah again.
Play together, boys. Play together.
He has one more.
Can you go wood?
I'm-
Can you go wood?
I'm going shit. Yeah.
Yeah, go.
That's
Bomb is down,
toxic.
Octi.
Base, go.
Close up long.
Let's go!
You guys are incredible.
Some pretty entertaining stuff on the whole. Hope we get more of this over the coming weeks as well. And we might see at times the tournaments actually start getting played by these actually formed teams, right? I mean, this new Stewie 2K Zombs team, we might see that start to play some tourneys over the coming days and weeks. As I say, which organization they join, which orgs stick around, because, yeah, we heard the date December the 5th. We're not sure if it's actually going to be December the 5th, but probably mid-December, if not early January, is going to be when the Challengers ecosystem begins and these teams have to be formed and start to play tournaments. So, of course, this tourney was just a pickup one with a lot of pro players from around the world, but the teams that and the players that aren't in the pro league, they're going to have to form and, well, join up with an organization in relatively short order. So very much intrigued to your thoughts in the comment section below. Final thing to mention, thought was an interesting question here from Run It Back. Can you name one player that is playing this season, the 2023 season, and will still be playing in 2028? Honestly, you've got to look at the really talented guys that are still very young young and have many years ahead of them. You know, the likes of Asuna and these other players come to mind. zyppan, I think, is a pretty good shout as well. Of course, except last season on Sentinels. Now, what happens in the next 6 years in terms of which organizations stay, which organizations go, like what roster changes happen, who knows? But yeah, I think some of the players today will still be around in 6 years' time. Many of them will be retired and have moved on to do other things and, yeah, be on the analyst desk and be commentators, who knows? But yeah, the younger guys like zyppan, I think it's still a good shout that he'll be around in 6 years' time. He certainly seems to believe that that'll be the case. But very much enjoyed to your thoughts in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you are new. Take care, and I'll see you next time.